Oh, I don't need that on it. Good evening to everybody that's going to be watching the live. Just a bit of a chat before we get back to work. So just waiting for the list of popular. Let me see if I can put this on. Alan, good evening. How are you? Hello, Tina. Hello, Badger. Hello, Jaya, Julie. Good evening, everybody. Hi, Mini Mark. Hello, Mason. Yumi Donut, how are you doing? Oosh. Did you hear that? Good evening, community. How is everybody feeling and doing? Good. Is Jack there? Hello, Jack. Just messing about with Ghostbox. So this is the one was sent to us by Happy Droid UK or GB. I'm not sure. I think Jack's got one of these as well. It's got 2 FM frequencies. It's got the lower band, which starts from 67 megahertz. Sorry, 87 to 108. Oh, that's the high one, isn't it? The lower one is 64 to 87. And that's both FM kind of bands, high band and lower band. It's got the AM and SW. It's got about 9 channels on SW. Hello, Babsy. They're not bad, actually. We've had a go with these on location. We've had a few voices come through them. So if you go over to Happy Droid Development on YouTube and subscribe to him, say PSI sent you, this is where you can get these types of things from. You're going to watch the darts final. Oh, you're not... Are we more boring than darts? You're not sure how YouTube looks. I've just been informed. I was on the phone just before I started this live, that Tony isn't doing a live on TikTok tonight because he's packing all his stuff. He's moving house. So those of you that do go over to TikTok, like Babs, he won't be on. So he's busy packing. So, are you all back at work yet after the new year? My first day back tomorrow after having 5 or 6 days off. Can you please hit the like button? I've got another debunk coming up. Elaine and Ben one. I hope Beto hasn't done it yet because I haven't checked Beto's channel. I don't think he has. So I'll be debunking those. It's a recent video they put up. Or should I say Ben put up, and it's quite clearly fake. He was back yesterday, Badger. Tony's always on the move. Yeah. Hello, Callum. You wish Tony all the luck with his move. He gets the keys on the 10th of January, but he's very busy packing his stuff up at the moment. Hello, Mike. Hope you guys had an amazing new year. We just finally caught a shadow entity at the very end of our newest video. We were very surprised we caught it as they are insanely fast. You know, we've seen shadow figures at one particular location. It's the Delapole site, the old where the woodlands are. We've investigated there about 15 times. Don't put that in your mouth. We saw these shadow. I saw two figures walking, like gliding across. As soon as I lifted my flashlight up, they just vanished. And Amanda saw it, but our body cams didn't pick them up. They were too far away. Beto didn't debunk them. It was a reaction to their new reaction channel. All right, okay. I didn't know he had a new reaction channel. My son is funny. He's crackers. Yeah, spectral paranormal investigations. We will have to have a look at that. Something else I need to write down. Just all that for us a minute, please. Tap. Just make a note. What are you doing? Spectral paranormal. Yes, everybody go over to Spectral Paranormal Investigations and check that video out for that shadow figure at the end. Give him some feedback, let him know what you think about it. And I'll go do the same afterwards. Haunted Files. Is that what Ben's called his new channel? Haunted Files. Without giving away the next debunk, there's something I picked up in one of Ben's videos where it's clearly fake. And you only can just see it if you're looking for it. So it'll be interesting when I get that one up. He was watching Beto earlier. He was on one. Why? What was going on? There's somebody upset him again. Hello, Mike. Happy New Year. And Happy New Year to everybody else. Mike gifted one Paranormal Investigators membership. Oh, excellent, Mike. Thank you so much. And I think that was Rough Dog what received that. Excellent. What a cool thing to do. Thank you so much. Cool. We've just been on a Zoom. I won't discuss it because obviously it's private. We've been on a Zoom meeting with a client. They have. I think they said they've been in the house for 2 years. I'll have to go over the meeting again. And things keep happening in the bedroom. The video, the little boy recording. Sorry, they recorded the little boy talking to somebody that wasn't there, and he is 2.5, I believe, 2 years old. And I know kids do that. Young kids just, some have imaginary friends, some just talk to random spaces in the room. But then on the recording, there's a voice talking back. Hello, Brian. How are you doing? But I'm not sure if we can make it public just yet. That's if we can at all, because obviously it's a private case. So we're going to be looking into that shortly again. Going to do some sound recordings on location. Being seen like they've had a shadow figure walking down past the hallway, and when they look, it's disappeared. Hello, Jaya. Oh, I think you've already come in, haven't you, earlier? What do you guys think to that other channel? What I had a look at, what I did a quick review at. I know the computer was lagging a bit that day. I needed to delete quite a few files off the computer so I could speed the computer up, because there's so many videos what we've done, clogging the computer up and slowing it down. But it was kind of there what they was doing. Beato's debunking a new channel. It's a long story. We'll have to go and watch to get a full picture. I'm intrigued now, Callum. I'll just flick over on. I'm just opening another window. I'm going to have a look, see what it is who is debunking. I'm sure. Didn't you just say it was Ben's new channel? All right, yeah, I see. 1 hour ago, it looks like it is. Yeah, it's Lenny and Ben. I thought they'd adverts.
This is a weird one.
I'll have to have a look at that later. I'm sure he's got reason to debunk them if he's debunking them. They look like the new Lenny and Ben. They certainly do. Let me just get the names. Paranormal Chapters. That's who it is. And the particular video what I looked at was called Demon Speaks. They kind of act like a younger Lenny and Ben. Really, really fussy.
I'm cold.
Yeah, I thought they was putting it on. I thought it was a lot of bad acting. And the guy claimed to be hearing voices through the ghost box backwards, and he was saying it exact backwards. And ghost, I mean, I'll put this ghost box on. You'll be able to hear how quick it. I mean, that's on like a medium sweep. You can't hear what that's saying, especially if it's backwards. And he's saying it. He's saying what that is saying, because he's listening to it through headphones, doing the Estes method, and This is what I mean about the Estes method. He could be saying anything. He has practiced that. I can see it.
You are funny too. This is hot.
Your Xbox from Ghost Stop is due to arrive tomorrow. S-Box. S-Box. That's a Ghost Box, isn't it? Yeah. Any advice would help me to get the best out of it right out of the box. Reach beyond paranormal. We don't actually own one of those Xboxes. I think Jack's got one on here. You know, we've made a few Ghost Boxes of our own lying about somewhere. What do you need to know? What if you want to get anything, you're gonna have to have it on FM. If you just want to have it a random open channel where you're just getting white noise, you need it on probably AM or possibly medium wave if it does that. What are you doing? It was more of a review, yeah. Yeah, Jack, if you're doing a review, yeah, just put it on your channel and I'll have a look. Paranormal Chapters, that's it, Babs. Yeah, that's who it is. The latest video was good. They're just more grifters. I believe they are. I believe they're putting it on. Anybody can learn to talk backwards if you practice various words. It doesn't take long, does it? Like I said in the video, I used to do it when I was a kid. We used to talk backwards. You can't wait to get a spirit box. I would recommend a PSB 7, which are not very loud, and you need an external speaker, or one of these from Happy Droid. I mean, these are pretty loud as well. Mason, what a cutie. He's a pain in the ass and he's going back to school on Monday.
How dare you? In fact, you pain in the butt.
Okay, it was more like its speeds, but I'm unsure what speeds it does. It has like 4 different settings. I mean, I don't know what kind of speeds this one is because it hasn't got a digital readout to tell me what speed it's at. I know the PSP 7 has a digital screen you can see. I think the fastest yeah, I think it does about, Jack might correct me on this, is about 350 milliseconds, one of the fastest speeds on the PSP 7. You called it Pig Latin when I was a kid. All right, okay. Could I have a spirit box on the long wave? I've never seen it. I would be love to see it. Long wave is your favourite. This one ain't got long wave on it. I'm sure you can get a radio and doctor it to work and scan on long wave. This particular one only has AM, FM, and medium wave. Which speed do I prefer? I prefer somewhere in the middle. If you have it on about 350 milliseconds, it's really, really quick. And you have to really listen. You want to slow it down a bit, maybe 250, 200, depend around that area. But with this one, I can't tell how fast it is because this has been kind of manipulated. It's had something done inside of it, and I have to turn the radio sweep button to speed it up and slow it down, and then it's stuck on that setting until I move it again. I don't actually know how quick it's going. Nah, 100 milliseconds. The fastest isn't 30 milliseconds, and the slowest is. Nah, it's the other way around, isn't it, Jack? Surely 350 has to be the quicker side of it. 350 is obviously higher than 30, so 350 would be quicker than 30 milliseconds. Where's my ghost box? I don't know where my other one is.
It's probably down there with.
PSB 7.
It's on there in the bag.
I'm not digging it out.
You've dropped that.
Oh, wait.
Do you want me to get it?
No. Kids. Hello, rough dog. What are you doing? It must be your bedtime now.
No.
Right. Go on then. You clear off.
Go.
Don't work with children or animals. Isn't that the saying?
I'm so.
I put this particular ghost box on the lower band frequencies from 64 to 87 megahertz. Got absolutely nothing. So you're better off if you want to hear something on the FM bands, what you can pick up the commercial, and then you know you're going to get something. But then is it just coincidental that you're hearing those words? I don't know. Cheers for the gift, Mike. I'm not sure that happened. It wasn't in the channel when you gifted that. You wasn't in. All right. I do not know how gifted membership works. I know people can send them to other people. Don't know how it works myself. We don't do it. It's YouTube. What does it? You've seen people get it on AM reverse. Does it work? Or not? I've never done it on AM reverse. I wouldn't know. This is pretty much got a forward sweep and the PSB 7. I think the new one's got AM, but the older versions, like the one we've got. See you later then, mate.
I'm sat on the floor.
Yeah, but who knows? I mean, it picks up those noises, those words from the ether, if you like, and it also uses that static. You know, I'm saying it probably could be better just using a white noise generator with a speaker on or something, not using an actual radio. See if it can create those words out of that white noise, out of that static. You know, like was it Frank Sumpton who originally designed the Ghost Box? I believe he ran it alongside like a white noise generator. Personally, think that's the best way to go, rather than just using radio stations. What you know you're going to get something from. If you want to, test it out, you want to be using radio stations that don't pick up any commercial kind of noise. I'll stick it on now. I'll stick this one on a non-commercial. So this is sweeping at 64 to 87 megahertz. There's no words because it's not commercial. Kind of just that white noise, staticky sound. You've seen very long in between responses, but you've seen direct responses to questions. Yeah, who knows? Brian, yeah, you're still going on about the Estes method. Yeah, we don't, but I know what you're saying. People that you trust 100%. The thing is, even if you trust that person 100% who's got the headphones on, they may hear it differently to what you would, because that's kind of classed as audio pareidolia, and every person's ears kind of are different, aren't they? We all hear things on kind of a different level. It's like when somebody sees one of those pictures and they see a face in it, and somebody else might see something else in it. It's the same with sound. People hear sounds differently. So even though there was being spot on telling you the truth, it could have been another sound. Audio pareidolia is a strange thing. Valid for personal use. I wouldn't try it because I know I personally believe, this is just my opinion, that it's got flaws in it. We say the same thing with the PSI method. We don't use a ghost box. We just use a white noise generator. But each person is tuned differently to sounds, aren't they? So whatever I hear in that white noise, Tony might hear something differently, because people have asked us to put a speaker on. But if I put a speaker on, you guys sat watching at home may hear something different again. And it's the only difference is when you listen to it through a ghost box or a radio, these those commercial stations, and it could just be coincidental that you hear those responses because of whatever's on in the background on these radio stations. But that's just an opinion. That's why you always record the audio feed from the headphones and let both people listen independently, then compare what they heard. Yeah, I mean, again, when they listen back to that recording, it may sound, they may not hear it. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those things, what happens at the moment, isn't it? I know not everybody's going to agree on this. They're just opinions and theories, aren't they? I think any way you can do it to try, and document the paranormal, anything's good. Anything what you can try, but I do think with the Estes, if they still had the headphones on, but on a link from the headphones that went to a speaker, so everybody in the room could hear it. Because if they've got sound cancelling headphones on, they can't hear the speaker. They can only hear what's in the headphones. So you guys in the room would be able to hear it through the speaker. The PSI method, a lot of it we can't prove unless there's any kind of historical facts there what we can back up and research. Do you know what I mean? But other things what happen in there, like if I'm seeing a shape or a person, I can't prove that to you guys. You guys are just taking my word for it. But that's why we try and back it up with what we're saying. If we get a name or a location or something like that, it's really strange how it works. But it's kind of taken, like we told you before, from the Gansfeld method, where it was they had a sender and a receiver. We kind of cut it in half and changed it for what we need it for, called that particular experiment the PSI method. But the Gansfeld method's been used for years. You can research it yourself. Wednesbury Paranormal in events do it with 3 people and all hearing the same thing and see if they all say the same thing. It's more convincing. Yeah, but again, I would still recommend a speaker. Even if it's split between 2 or 3 people, it'd be cool for everybody else that was watching if they could hear it on a speaker if they're listening through headphones. No, I mean, white noise when you're listening to, just reading that, you agree with that about the Estes, but most put white noise in there now, but don't always hear the same thing, do they? They do. Like I said, there's audio pareidolia when it's white noise, and each person is kind of tuned to something else. It's really, really weird, isn't it? Mythos Paranormal, hello. The Estes method is being used and abused by almost all of the fakers. Yeah, I agree with that, Julie. All the fakers, they're not doing anybody any favors when they do the Estes method, because they're just coming out with just random bollocks. Try it with a speaker. We're going to try to do a link up with our white noise generator as well, where we can run an external speaker so you guys can hear it. The thing is, I could hear a word, and this is what I'm saying, and say it, and you might hear it as something different. It's what that noise, that white noise creates, isn't it? Some US teams have started using the second speaker to hear what the other person hears in the headphones. Yeah, good. That's good. When I've done it with a ghost box, and not a white noise generator, which is pretty much the Estes method. We don't do the Estes method, but I have actually tried it with headphones on, and I can't say anything because it says the words that quick. It's so quick you can't even hear it. It sounds like ep, 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 like like that. I don't even know what that says. So, how people are coming out with all these sentences, I do not know. It's obviously bollocks. Somebody's smashing that like button. I bet that's Babs. Yeah, I mean, it's just interesting. A lot of people don't agree with ghost boxes, but I think there's place for them in the paranormal field. But I think they're worth experimenting with different, other than FM or the high bands on FM. Oh, it's Babsy. Excellent. Smashing that love heart. Oh, and Mike. Thank you so much. I think that's the next thing to do. We're going to make a white noise generator. I'll get the circuitry together. May need Tony's help because my eyes aren't as good as they used to be. And solder one together, and just have a white noise generator rather than like a recording of a white noise generator, if you know what I mean. So we can just play that instead of a ghost box. What do you think is legit equipment? The more you're looking into it, the more you're not trusting anything or anyone. Mythos paranormal. You can't go wrong with a good video camera. It's not going to lie to you, is it? Video camera. And a good microphone to go with it. All these kind of gadgety toys what are out nowadays, all these gimmicks, try and avoid it. I mean, we've bought them in the past, we've built them in the past, but we don't really use them because we know there's so much can interfere with them, like the REM pods. We've made REM pods before. I think I've made 3 in the past. Is it 2? And things can set them off. So I won't go down the road of all the gimmicks or the apps. Good video camera is good to have. Oh yeah, and what Callum says, a good sound recorder. I mean, yeah, we've done that before, Callum. We've often just taken a ghost box and a sound recorder, and a tri-field meter, Mike. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but a tri-field meter can measure obviously different things, AC and DC. Natural current rather than the alternating currents. Boobery, hello. You're new to the channel. Have I covered this before? Do I ever worry about ghost or spirit following me home? No, I've kind of lived with it all my life. I do come from a spiritualist church background, And I've had things in the car, believe it or not, and I've had things happen at home, not in this house from a location, but somewhere else where I lived, and I thought something had got in the car with me, to be honest. But do I ever worry about it? It's part of what we do as an investigator. It's part of the job. If something does follow me home, at least I can investigate it and try and document it. Can you ask a different, slightly question, Stella? Yes. What is a browning dish? Is it something like that? You know, if you don't want anything to follow you home, don't do it. Don't go investigating in graveyards at night and things like that. Don't obviously take things, you know, like, and I've known people take things from cemeteries before and they claim things have been happening in the house once they've done that. Just don't take anything from a location like that. Take photographs and things, but don't take actual piece of somebody's grave or anything. Damn, that's creepy. Yeah, it's one of the oldest graveyards in the city where I live in Hull. It was a soldier, and I think it was an American soldier. I'm not sure. Pretty sure it wasn't German. They had like a uniform on, but it was more of a grey blue colour. I did quite a bit of research. I saw this thing that sat in the back seat of my car through the rearview mirror, and it had like bandages around its face. I thought, what? You know, obviously I'm talking to it, and I actually rang my dad up and I said, "I'm just coming to your house. Can you wait outside the house because there's something in the car with me?" Obviously, when I pulled up outside his house, he looked straight in the car. There's nobody there, but I could see this like face in the rearview mirror, and there'd been an airship go down in the river back in the war, and a lot of soldiers went in the water. Obviously, died and was buried in that cemetery. So it was a bit creepy. Can't prove that. That's just a personal story because I obviously didn't have a camera recording at the time. Just because I believe doesn't mean I'm close to having my mind changed. No, I wouldn't let anybody change your mind, Brian. It's your personal beliefs are yours. I wouldn't say even though I've seen quite a lot of things, I wouldn't say I'm a believer as such. I know things go on, but I don't know what it is. It's one of them things. I'm still skeptical, even though I've seen things. But I think it's good to be like that. It's good to question things. It's not, you don't want to be jumping at the paranormal all the time. You've got to think, well, what else could this be? You've seen enough without going looking for it. You haven't ever been ghost hunting. No, we've never been ghost hunting. We go investigating, or just filming. We're not. I don't really like that term. I mean, I've used the term ghost hunting for those that are not that experienced. I call them ghost hunters. You love to hear the stories, people asking you for yours, but people just laugh at you, don't they? Yeah, yeah. You kind of get used to that as well. You're going to get people that just don't believe in anything at all. But I'm not here to try and make them believe in something or not believe. I'm just here to present what I document. And if people want to take that, they can take it. If they don't, they don't. Exactly. Nobody on here is going to laugh at you for it. Everybody's different. It's because those people that tend to laugh at you is the ones that don't understand it and don't understand what is actually going on. Can electrical things that need to be switched on manually switch itself on? I have heard of that, Stella. Yes, I've heard of that before quite a few times. You believe Boobery because you've seen things, but you're still skeptical. I'm exactly the same, and so is Tony. We always question everything. That's the type of team we are. We've got to question everything. We can't think everything's a ghost. Julie, yeah, I think you think most people here have had some sort of unexplainable experience. Exactly. I've had loads of experiences I can't prove to anybody, but they're personal, aren't they? They're personal experiences for you. Brian, yeah, 100%. It's not your responsibility to convince anyone of anything. We get a lot of people on here on these lives who think we're trying to prove ghosts exist. We're not. We're not trying to prove that at all. In fact, we're quite the opposite. We're trying to prove what else it could be because we look at things differently. 3 different things switched on a couple of nights ago by themselves. All right, Stella, what was they? Mythos, paranormal. See you in the next one. Yeah, thanks for popping by. Get yourself to bed. I know that feeling. I'm knackered and I'm at work tomorrow as well. Take care, Mythos. So if you haven't subscribed to Mythos Paranormal, go over and do it now. Go subscribe to them. And also Reach Beyond Paranormal. I've still got a video I need to put. I've got actually loads of videos I need to put out. When we went to the haunted hotel in where was it? Chester. I actually did a live. I left the live camera or my mobile phone kind of in the room with that doll. I found it very hard to believe that an inanimate object can get possessed. So I want to run through that. I want to have a look through that video just to that live what I did, just to see if I can see or hear anything else. Grace doll, I think it was called, that doll. Your sub count is low because bugger all happens on your investigations so far. Well, a couple, but very explainable. Reach beyond paranormal. That's good. I like to see that. That's what most of ours are. What'll get you more views and things is if you start looking into these fakers. It kind of boosted our channel up. We are not debunkers, but we can debunk because paranormal investigators need to be able to debunk. So if you're looking to doing that, put a video up of you reviewing somebody who you think is fake. That will get you a lot of views and a lot more followers. Keep doing it. Try and get 2 or 3 videos out a week if you can. Possibly a laugh. So you've got 3 or 4 different videos a week. It'll soon boost your ratings up. My haunted hotel is how I found you and Beardo. Boobury. All right, cool. I know they was talking about doing something else with us in the future. I don't know what. But it'd be cool to investigate them or there again, or with them again. You're going to review your own video and debunk a couple of things. Yeah, when you're doing that sort of thing, make sure you get your tags right. I mean, that's very important. You got to tag your videos when you're uploading onto YouTube as a creator. Get the right tags. That really helps. Use the word debunk, debunked, debunkers, fake, fakers, and all that sort of thing. And it drives, for some reason, the algorithm loves it, and it'll drive more people to watch the videos. They're opening up a new haunted hotel here in the States. Are they? Who's that? My Haunted. Oh, they're called My Haunted HQ now, aren't they? I think they've opened. Somebody else is doing one who's part of them in America. So reach beyond paranormal. Yeah, when you're doing your thumbnails as well, it took us a long time to realize you need to capture, because your thumbnail will pop up on YouTube, and if it doesn't look too striking, then people won't watch it. And we had to kind of change the way we did everything, because we were just putting our videos. You don't get a lot happening in them, so you got to kind of think, well, what else can I do on my channel? So that's when you look into outing fakers and people that just want to make money off vulnerable people, and you just start debunking or doing something similar like that. Yeah, our thumbnails, I mean, they could be better still, but at the minute I think I'm using Canva on the desktop. It's a free download. And if you're using Canva on a desktop, it saves your designs for you, so you can drag them straight back up and just change them how you want it. It only takes a few minutes to do thumbnails for me now. Get that and your tags right, and you'll be spot on. My Haunted HQ are moving up in the world. Really pleased for them. It's nice to have some good news for a change. Yeah. Like, I mean, a lot of people question us because we actually support My Haunted HQ. And there was questioning it, saying, well, why? Because the fake it. I said, there's been no evidence to prove that they're fake. People have got opinions, and I've always said, show us this footage where they're faking it, and we'll have a look at it. But what we witnessed on the night we was there, we looked for answers, and we couldn't find anything. And when I went to sleep on the night in room 6 by myself, things were happening. I could hear tapping on the window, like 2 taps. But when I watched it, I mean, that was going on through like 5 or 6 hours through the night as I was trying to get to sleep. But when I reviewed it and listened back to it, it sounded like it was being knocked on wood. But at the time, to me, it sounded like glass, like somebody was knocking on the window. And I couldn't explain that. And then I heard somebody walking past, the door to the room. And it couldn't have been Tony or Beto, because they was at the other side of the hotel. I was at that side in room 6 by myself. Heard a woman's voice, couldn't explain that. The shirt pulling, I don't know. People accused us of taking a bribe. A load of bollocks. That was genuine. That shirt being lifted, and because I was taking the piss out of it, I was saying that ghost is a shirt lifter. That just moved. It lifted by itself. Oh, yeah. You're going to make sure the future ones are better. And yes, I have Canva will use that. Excellent. Try and use a couple of striking words in your titles as well. These are just tips because people told me them. Debunked or fake in your titles when you title your movie, or use the word demon or demonic, ghost, things like that stand out and people will watch it. But get your tags right. Try and get over 20 tags if you can. I've seen the latest Ghost on Trent video. No. I don't watch other teams. I mean, now and again, I'll jump onto one of Bedo's labs and just say hello and kind of have a quick view to see what he's done to make sure I don't replicate any videos. Don't watch many other people unless somebody asks me to, really. Ghost on Trent, what are they doing? Are they good? Are they a good team? Or are they fakers? I don't know who they are. I'm just writing it down though. Damn a commercial. Judging Alive. Hope you get the. All right, cool. Thanks, Brian. Yeah, I mean, I know YouTube put commercials in the lives now because it does. I know it's a pain in the ass, but it kind of helps them because when people view it, I don't know how it all works, but it helps the algorithm as well. You can use catchy thumbnails without over clickbait. Yeah, yeah. They're very good. All right, I'll have a look. Debunk their own work. Yeah, excellent. That's what we do. I mean, we look through some of our videos and go, well, no, it wasn't. It was your reflection. They're in the same class as Ouija Brothers. They are great and got an amazing piece of evidence in their latest video. All right, cool. I'll have a look if I get chance. They're trying to prove they didn't move a broom in their live to show the other night. Did a good job. All right, cool. That's how it should be, isn't it? Instead of like people like Laney and Ben and Smug Puppy who are clearly faking to get views. Gross and Trent are brilliantly have been going 3 years and have only ever caught two things that are the most genuine team out there. Oh, cool. That's how it should be, though. I think a lot of it looks a lot better as well if you have the time, if you've got the editing skills to put all that footage together. Like Tony and I work and we kind of just get it and quickly put it together. And it could be a bit more, if we had the time, I think we should get an editor. Real evidence are good too. Yes, definitely. If the genuine teams catch something, they have to jump through hoops to prove it. Yeah, Stella, you're right. And then you get the fakers who just put it up and say, oh, yeah, it's a ghost. Or, no, sorry, it's a demon or a skinwalker, isn't it? That's the terms they're using nowadays. You were in the live premiere of Ghost on Trent and we're defending their... Oh, excellent. Cool. That's good. You can feel the frustration from them not capturing anything in most videos. I know that feeling. You know, we've been on some investigations, what have been over 10 hours. Get home, next couple of days, spend looking at footage or checking sound recordings, see if we've got any EVPs. When you get nothing, it's kind of draining, kind of a bit of a letdown, but at least you've got that footage in that video and you've done it because that just proves it's a genuine investigation. You can't guarantee paranormal activity on the night, can you? Just if it's there, it's there. You're going to try and make yours more cinematic. B-roll footage. Make sure you can get the best quality you can this year. Yeah, I think we're going to do the same. Make it a bit more cinematic, if you like. We've got a couple of drones as well. I've got a 4K drone down there. I haven't used the drone for about a year. We need to get the drone in here and get some decent footage as well. Just overhead shots, you know, that bird's eye view. Parasolo, hello. SR Spookfest. Happy New Year. Happy 2024. Done 3 days of investigating and got 0, but still good. Shows the equipment works. Yeah, SR Spookfest, exactly the same. We don't go away crying. We're not like that. I don't mean that, but you are a bit disappointed. But we've spent like however long that investigation is, 24 hours, 48, whatever, on that location. And we've done our best and we've had a good time while we've been there. All right, Babs, no problem. Yeah, I know he's on the way home on a train, isn't he? He always loses his signal. You're new to this. It's always exciting at the moment when nothing happens. I'm still excited. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we've been doing this for quite a long time. As PSI, we've been investigating for about 18 years. In total, with research, about 32 years. And we still kind of get that buzz when we're out on a haunted location. Where there's being haunted reports and haunted stories or something captured, and then we go and investigate. You kind of get that. There's like an adrenaline rush, isn't there? Think spirits can mess with your equipment and delete footage? Possibly. We get a lot of drains, battery drains, with digital still cameras malfunctioning. We've had a lot of that. Gene, hello. Sorry, he was watching darts. Didn't realise he was live. I now have eyes on TV and a headphone in. Excellent. I mean, when I was a lot younger, I used to watch darts, but when in dark places and not using night vision, what lights would I recommend to put on top of my camera? People have said Ulanzi. I like the look of red and green ones. We use, I haven't got any at hand in the drawers behind me. We have actually got both. We've got floodlights, what do red and green, but you want to get a lamp, what obviously attaches to the hot shoe on top of your camera or onto a rig of your camera. Red. Get a red one. And then if you're using night vision with a red lamp, the night vision camera will not record the red light, but it makes it so you can see where you're going in the dark, basically. You're not going to fall over anything. If you want to do it without night vision, yeah, use a green light. Green lights are good. I mean, it gives it that creepy vibe anyway when you're using a green light. Or just use a white light, depending where you are. But you've got to be aware that if you're outside using a white light, people will see it. So you're better off maybe using a softer light like red or green. You don't want to attract too much attention to yourself. If you're in a cemetery, you don't want like loads of young kids coming in and run if they're seeing your light flashing about. You don't think you'd be a good investigator? You get too frustrated when you didn't get anything. Yeah, it's just part of what it is, though, isn't it, Boobury? We visited some famous locations, and when we haven't captured anything, we've still enjoyed the night because we've been to that location and we've done an investigation. And it gives us time to chat with each other and learn new things. RGB light. Whatever you want to use. The red, green, blue. Time slips. Do you know what? I haven't experienced that myself. I've kind of had deja vu, but I'm sure everybody else has. But I'm sure there's an explanation for deja vu as well somewhere. If it's too cold, it can drain batteries. If it's cold and damp, it can affect your equipment. I need to rephrase that. It can affect your electrical equipment, especially batteries. Yeah. I don't know what. It's just damp getting into the battery packs, isn't it? Perhaps that's how spirits could drain them because they are said to feel cold. Yeah. Sometimes as well, when we're on an indoor location, we've got a Van de Graaff generator, what creates static. So when you touch it, you get a belt off it. And we put static in the air on an indoor location like that. Or we've used plasma. We've talked about building a Jacob's ladder, but they're dangerous and they give off quite a bit of ozone. So you can kind of feed the atmosphere, you know. That kind of helps your batteries not getting drained. Years before the actual Spirit Box came out, I was using the original Hack Shack White. Is a white noise generator, not a sweep device. Yeah, Brian, I'd start using it again. I think it's the way forward. That's just my opinion. White noise or any coloured noise, but if you've got a generator, an actual generator rather than an app. Pink filter works best, but I don't know myself. Parasolar. Go with whatever you think. But if you're using it with night vision in the dark, I would recommend a red lamp. Like I said, the infrared, when you're recording on your video, it will not show your red lamp light up on the camera, but you can see where you're going. But if pink works for you, go for that. I mean, we've got lamps what do all sorts of different colours. If you approach the paranormal with zero expectations, you'll always be surprised, Brian. Yes, definitely. Why do spirits always seem to be asking for help? I don't know. I do not know. Can't prove that, can we? I mean, I know a lot of teams use like psychics or mediums, and although we can do that sort of thing, we don't use it in PSI because PSI is a scientific research team rather than psychic or mediumship kind of team, if you know what I mean. We like to prove things. That said, we're looking into doing a new experiment alongside the Annabelle Project, which involves physical mediumship. And what I mean by that is it's not mental mediumship. So if being physical, you should be able to see it and we should be able to document it. So we're going to be looking into that in the future, near future. Yeah, Jacob's ladders can be dangerous. They are. I wouldn't recommend using one or letting anybody else use one. But if you're going to, try and keep it safe. If you know what I mean, maybe a glass dome or something around it. So you can't touch it. You don't want to get a belt off one of them. It can kill you. Any chance I could send or explain the EM pump made with the fan again? It's on the desk here. So this used to be a hand fan, what I got from the pound shop, or if you're from the States, the dollar shop. This dome had blades on it because it was a fan. It had foam blades. I think it was 2, maybe. So I pulled them off, and everything else on that is what a fan would be, apart from the dome on top. I took the dome off, and inside I put some neo magnets. You can't use normal magnets. Put some neo magnets in it. I'm trying to think where you can get them cheapest. Neodymium. I can't even say it. And if they're too big, break them up, put them all in there, put a bit of hot glue in there to try and keep them all still. They'll stick together anyway. And then, obviously, if you've pulled the blades off the dome, seal the dome so it's solid. But that's got neo magnets in it. I think it's 3. Can you see it? 1, 2, 3. And I got those magnets out of an old computer hard drive. If you take one of those to bits, do a twat to get into, because the screws in them are them funny, it's like triangular shaped things. You've got to have a screwdriver bit what will fit it to open them. Don't smash it open with a hammer because you'll just ruin them. Get the magnets, they're shaped like kidneys in there. They're really strong. And that's what that is in there. That's one broken down into 3 pieces. Put it close to the middle of the dome as you can inside. Stick them in there. Put the dome back on. It's not got batteries in, but I've got any around here. When you turn it on, that creates an EM bubble. What goes massive. And if you're around that for too long, it will give you a headache as well. You can feel it. And that is an EM pump. And people believe that that magnetic energy can help like feed or give spirit that energy to manifest. But you can certainly feel it. If you've left that running in a room for about 20 or 30 minutes and you walk into that room, you can feel the difference. It'll make your head bang. That's all it is. That is all the EM pump is. It just pumps out when you turn it on, that magnetic field. And that will trigger every EMF meter off in the building once it goes off. It gives off a really strong EM field as well, because neo magnets are really strong. It won't work with normal magnets. Have you ever used a compass? Yes. I have two here. I take compass with me all the time because, you know, obviously the needles point to north. If you've got that needle pointing it towards the north, I can't even open that one. And you ask a spirit to move the needle, it can do that. I've seen it move. That's your cheapest EMF meter going, is a compass. So get a couple and put them in your bag and ask the spirit to move the compass, but have a camera on it at the time as well. Just make sure you've got nothing what will interfere with that needle on the compass, something with a magnet in it, you know, like with a speaker on a magnet or something. Physical device is the best, Brian. Yeah. You love infrared. You split about 30 East Drive. Yeah, we went to East Drive. Nothing happened through the night. You see it on our thing. We did a full live for about 9 hours, and we investigated for 9 hours as well on 2, 3, 4. We had about 4 to 6 different cameras rolling all the time. Loads of footage to go through. We had the ghost box that I made, what's got the meteorite in it, what I used at the base of the antenna. I mean, there was a few credible things on there, I suppose, but proving it again. And we got one EVP, what wasn't a very good. It was maybe a class B. But other than that, we sat in different rooms all through that. There's only 2 of us, and nothing. If people are claiming things are good, I've had a lot of teams that I know that are genuine go in there, nothing happened. A lot of people fake things. Hello, George. How long would I recommend leaving it for? As long as you want. I've left that running for about, well, till the batteries went dead. Don't know if it helps, but it's just a theory, isn't it? People say spirit need that energy to manifest. That's why a lot of people use EM pumps. EM pumps go for up to $100 online. What a waste of dollars. Brian, it is a waste. Like I said, that one, that cost me £1, which is about $1.20. Obviously the batteries to go in it and the magnet, the neo magnet, a couple of dollars at the most. But you don't want one what's that shape. That's a daft shape what I did that, because when you lay it down, it kind of rolls a bit. You got to jam it with 2 stones or something. Try and get a flat fan. If I see spirit, I'm skeptic. What do you think you are seeing from scientific mind? You know, if I saw a spirit, I've seen things in the past. I haven't been able to document it. I literally have seen things, and I can't prove it. You've just got to take my word for it, haven't you? You know, I believe there's energy in different things in the surrounding materials, and I mean that's going into the stone tape theory. Just Google it. What could it be? Energy. That's all I can say, isn't it? I believe that the living as well can create energy for things to happen, and we've proven it in an experiment. Poltergeist activity is created by the living. You was obsessed with 30 East Drive, but most lives people do. Nothing happens. No, nothing really happened while we was there. I mean, we didn't see it as a waste of time. It's one we've ticked off our kind of bucket list, and what we did get, we've documented. So we was happy, and we got one EVP, but it wasn't a very good EVP, and it was a male voice. Going to go just do it and see if anything happens. Oh, cool. Another cash cow. I agree. The thing is that we've spoke about this before. If we owned 30 East Drive, would we do the same thing, knowing that that's going to bring in over £100,000 a year? I think we would. It's a good little business. You'd hire it out. You wouldn't have to work, would you? You just hire that out all year. If you work out, if you go on their website and see, you know, I don't know if they've put the prices up. When we did it through the week, and so we got it a bit cheaper. Cost us about, I don't know if it's £200 or £300, but on a normal weekend, it's about £400. Plus everything through the week. Do you know what I mean? They're earning a lot of money. As a business, you do the same thing. I wouldn't claim it was haunted though if it wasn't. That's the difference. The Ouija Brothers and other teams as well, I think you've seen paranormal activity. You see, I've not. I've seen people faking paranormal activity at East Drive. Spirits are said to made of pure energy, so why would they need outside energy to boost their abilities? I don't know, Brian. Maybe their energy just isn't strong enough to visually let us see them or to be able to do anything. Maybe they need that little bit more energy. I don't know. I mean, because over time they say you can't destroy energy, but energy does actually change, doesn't it? Or does it just fade away like a battery? Your sun soul spirit says they feel warm and human like us. The things I've seen and being right next to me, it felt more tingly cold. Is dying just changing into a different outfit? It's certainly transitioning into something else. I mean, they say your soul leaves your body. You know, I hope it does, and it goes on into the universe somewhere. You've just done the calculation for 30 East Drive. It is madness. We've done it, and they get a lot of money. They're getting over 100k a year just for renting that place out. I mean, obviously they've got to pay the tax man so much, but you wouldn't have to work again, would you? You'd just rent it out to somebody. Why do spirits of loved ones appear younger? Again, it's one of those questions we don't know. Things I've seen and explained to people. They've showed me photographs. I've got, yeah, that's who I saw. They said, well, they was in their 80s when they died, and that's a younger photograph of them. Maybe they do that so they can be recognized. I don't know. That's an honest question that's gone through your mind from time to time. If I own that property, I would rent it out. I would make the money because I'm in a job now I don't particularly like, and I do actually like investigating and doing paranormal research. So I'd do that as a job, but I would rent it out just to get the money in. But I wouldn't make, all these big claims if it didn't happen. Your mum died at 67, but she looks about 30 when you saw her. Yeah. Babsy, yeah, you need to buy a haunted location or claim it's haunted. The way to do that, get somewhere haunted, but then get one of these TV shows to come in and do their little thing, and then they put it on TV for you. That's free advertising. And then everybody else wants to do a ghost hunt or an investigation there. The more money you make, the more you spend. Yeah. I'd like to think I was one of these people that money wouldn't change me. I'd invest it wisely and leave it for my kids. Julie, yeah, if your house is haunted, we'll come and investigate it. This house, what we're in now, I moved in with Tina, my partner. As soon as I moved in, I saw a woman stood on the top of the stairs. I've since seen her in the bedroom. Maureen, we was told she died of heart attack in the bedroom, but I believe she died downstairs in the front room because that room is so heavy. Maybe we should start doing like live streams. I wouldn't want everybody to see around the house and what we've got. Because somebody might think, oh, I'll go rob them. I can't afford there should be discounts for disabled with autism on benefits. You'd love to investigate 30 East Drive. The way we afforded it is our TikTok channel, like the YouTube channel, people send us donations or memberships, and we put that straight back into investigating. We don't. People think you earn a lot. You don't. You don't earn enough to like retire or anything. We just put it back in to be able to afford to investigate places like 30 East Drive, and that's how we did it. But Callum, if you wanted to do it, you'd have to look for a couple of people that'd want to do it with you. So then there's more of you putting towards, or go with a team because they're insured. You think that'd be a good idea, Babs? Like leave a live camera running. That's kind of a like what call it a junk room. But all the kids' toys get piled up in there, and it's not very tidy. But that room is heavy. Matt, how are you doing? Hope I had a good New Year and a Christmas. Yeah, it was good. I like it because not only do I get time off work, I spend time with my partner and the kids. And I like to see them opening the presents. That's what Christmas is about for me. So yeah, I enjoyed it. We'd make a brilliant live stream. Hello, Lisa. How are you? You've lived in 2 legit active houses in your life and seen it in a vid is one thing, but living it day after day after month drains a person. Hard to convert. It is, yeah, Brian. A house what I used to live in with my ex-partner, my ex-wife. There was something in there, and I've seen a man levitating above the bed, only the top part of his body, and he's a big guy, baldish head. I've seen him hanging from a door frame in this house, and he just made our life misery. He made it bad. There was a bad atmosphere. There was always bad smells. I ended up getting a priest in to come and kind of blessed the house 2 or 3 times. Even did a mass service in the house. Eventually, we put this house up for sale. We was only in it, I think, 2 years. Put the house up for sale, sold the house. Obviously not with her now. But I know what you're saying. It is draining. It makes you feel ill. Yeah, it's been good catching up with everybody. Hopefully, I'll get on this video tomorrow with Lainey and Ben, debunking them. And I know I say Lainey, but it's Ben, isn't it? But she's just as guilty because her name's in it. You know what I mean? So I can say Lainey and Ben, even though she's not in it. But yeah, I've spotted some fakery in one of their new videos. So I'll be putting that up to see. And again, like I say, all these reviews or debunks is my opinion. Like every other debunker out there, it's their opinion. But the evidence does point to it, what he's doing. I don't want to spoil it. I was going to say what it was then, but I don't want to spoil it. I know Ben gets a bit upset when people debunk his videos. He claims that he's being bullied. But if he's claiming something's paranormal and he's put it in the public, in the community, then people have a right to have a look at it and disagree. After going through 10 years of tutelage to develop my empathic gifts, I've become very careful what energies I expose myself to. Yeah, I know where you're coming from with that, Brian. When I was working in the spiritualist church, we was warned and told, don't do that. I said, yeah, but I'm also an investigator. I do know what you mean. I know what you're saying. Brian, have a good night. Yeah, I will catch you guys next Wednesday for a catch up and a chat, a Parachat of whatever we talk about. And also we'll be putting some videos up and hopefully going live on Sunday with some sort of experiment. And I'm hoping one of our guinea pigs comes down again so we can try this experiment, the PSI method, on them. Jay, goodbye. Thanks for coming. Sorry, Julie. Does the church agree with paranormal? Never asked anyone. I've recently fallen out with the church. As you knew, I was a Eucharistic minister. I say was. When I first started training with the church, they knew I was a paranormal investigator. I told them I was very open about it. But they soon discovered that I'm quite in the public eye a lot. And they didn't like that kind of attention drawn to one of their leaders, like a minister. So they gave me the option. Said, go home for a few days and think about it. I said, think about what? There's nothing to think about. Well, as a leader, you can't do this sort of work. I said, well, there's nothing to think about. Bye. And I walked out. I walked out of the church. I'm not being controlled. I'm not giving up 32 years researching the paranormal. I'm still there to help people. So the church will agree with it up to a certain point. There was one guy who would come along and help, but he's now passed away. So Lenny and Ben come up with a recommendation about a week ago. Not subscribed. Seemed like a 2-3 videos looked in. There was. Yeah, Matt, Lenny and Ben are just the fake a lot. Callum, yeah, once it's in the public, it's fair enough for people to have an opinion. Who's the guinea pigs, Babs? Probably you and Amanda. I haven't seen Ricky for a while. Well, that's what you would have done. Yeah, 4 years training in the church. I had to walk away because I'm not stopping what I'm doing. I'm not stopping being an investigator. Yeah, no worries, Babs. Tony's house is a bit full because, as you know, he's packing stuff to move. but I'm sure he'll make room for us. Anyway, thank you everybody for joining in the chat and telling me about your experiences. I hope you've enjoyed listening to it. We will catch you again Sunday. Keep checking the channel for updated videos. Good night, Callum. See you soon. Take care, Babs. See you soon. Thanks to all the mods and everybody else.